Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I am Steve G, and what we have this time is the Kato Nashiji Suminagashi Sujihiki 270mm knife. So that description, let's unpack that. The steel in this knife is VG10 stainless steel, and it's clad on each side with multiple layers of soft stainless, and that is known as a Suminagashi pattern to it, or paper. It's kind of a name for paper layers of paper, or you can call it Damascus if you want. So this is the core steel. Here's the cladding. Here's the layers showing in the Suminagashi or Damascus layering to it. And you can see where the grind starts from the flats of the blade down there. The flats of the blade have what's known as a pear skin kind of mottled finish, or what's known as Nashiji. This is a very smooth Nashiji finish. There's not a lot of texture to it, but each knife's going to be slightly unique. So quite a bit going on visually. It's an all stainless blade for easy maintenance. The weight and dimensions can vary a bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 171 grams or 6 ounces. Heat treat on that steel is typically in the 61-60 Rockwell range. Handles octagonal walnut with a black buffalo horn ferrule on it, which is pretty cool. It's real nice polish to it. Really nice fit and finish on the handle. And then where the tang goes into the handle, it's got a good tight seal job there with gluing that in, so that's really well done there. Edge length on this is almost 270. It's about 268 millimeters from tip to the heel, which is about 10.5 inches. The overall length is 415 millimeters approximately, or 16.3 inches. Spine thickness. They're not super thin on the spine, but they thin out where it counts towards the edge. So coming out of the handle above the heel here, back of the heel, I got about 3.5 millimeters thick. Halfway down the blade, I got about 2.4, and then it holds that for a while, but then you can see there's a really nice distal taper, which is what it's called when the spine thins out towards the tip. Very classic distal taper here. And as you start to, you can see the blade grind starts pretty high up on the knife, so there's a lot of room there to taper that, and it gets nice and thin at the tip. So this thing's going to go through stuff really well. It's not a tall blade, it's a typical Sujihiki or slicing style knife, but it's quite thin at the edge and thickens up fairly quickly with the way the blade's constructed. Really nice fit and finish on this. The grinds down the edge are clean. You can tell a lot of work's been into this blade. It's a high quality craftsmanship on this. Height about 40.7 millimeters on this sample, typical for this style of knife, actually a little tall in some cases. There's a gentle curve here off the choil into the handle. If you pinch grip, not a lot of gap here, but there's a good spot for your finger right there, and you can definitely clear the board unless your fingers are really big. Balance point. It's a long blade. The handle's not real heavy, so it's going to bring the balance point a little far forward, which is about right there. Not a bad thing on this style of blade. Pinch grip wise, it's a little bit after that in my pinch grip, so that means the blade's going to be just a little blade forward, heavy on the balance, which is actually kind of a good thing with this type of knife. I don't think I did a beauty shot yet, so let's do that. So we kind of looked at the construction a little bit, but you've got some laser engraved kanji on the the right side. Here's your Nashiji or pear skin type mottled finish. Here's your Suminagashi or Damascus pattern. There's your core steel. Here's the left side of the blade. And it's quite smooth. They've done a really nice job on this with rounding and polishing the spine. Very nicely done. And they've taken a fair amount of time also to round and polish the choil into the neck. So a lot of good fit and finish on these. Edge length, out of the box edge, I'm going to give that about a 6 out of 10 on my scale. It's pretty sharp out of the box, but you could definitely get it sharper if you do your part. Some people use these kind of a little bit more general purpose, or they've got them in their hand and they want to just process some stuff instead of grabbing another knife. So it's not always about slicing or things like that. So if you want to use this as a general knife or multi kind of purpose when needed, here's what the edge profile looks like. You definitely have pretty decent cutting board clearance on it. for your fingers. But flows into a nice stop at the back, kind of a little bit of back bevel there. Good chopping section here. I can actually rock this guy a little bit, so you could definitely rock this, no problem. Long knife, you can actually rock over larger stuff. One advantage of a long knife, because you've got more gap in the back. You don't have to lift the handle crazy high to do tip draws, because it's a longer blade. Some advantages of a longer blade. So, just a really nice knife. Great fit and finish. Nice high performance grind. Looks cool. It's just a really nice knife. General multi-purpose type if you want to use it that way. So this is the Kato Nashiji Suminagashi Sujihiki 270mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.